Support for Arvind Kejriwal seems to be building up as his sit-in at the Lieutenant Governor's house is into its 6th day now. Today, 4 chief ministers, Mamata Banerjee, Pinarayi Vijayan and Kumaraswamy and Chandrababu Naidu, wrote to the Lieutenant Governor asking him to allow them to meet Kejriwal, but were denied permission. Now, they've decided to meet Kejriwal's family at his residence and are then expected to walk to the LG's house nearby despite no permission having been given. Earlier in the evening, the 4 chief ministers who are in Delhi for the Niti Aayog meeting, which is going to be taking place tomorrow morning, met to discuss the crisis in Delhi and Kejriwal's protest that's in its 6th day now. Well, let's go across to Sukirti, who is at Kejriwal's residence to find out the latest. Sukirti, what is happening, and are we going to see these 4 chief ministers try and walk across to the LG's house?
Well, Gargi, that is what is expected to happen any moment now. Raghav Chadha from the Aam Aadmi Party just came out a few minutes ago and did tell us that 4 chief ministers, that is Kumaraswamy, Pinarayi Vijayan, Mamata Banerjee and Chandrababu Naidu, all 4 of them have left. They are on their way to the CM's house. First, they will come to Kejriwal's residence and meet the family, and after that, they will walk from here to the LG's house. Also, these 4 of these had written a letter seeking permission from the LG to meet Kejriwal, but they were denied that permission the way it has been going on for the past few days. Yashwant Sinha, Sanjay Singh from the Aam Aadmi Party itself, all of these people along with Kejriwal's relatives have been denied permission in the past. So it has been a no visitors policy when it comes to meeting Kejriwal from the governor, and today the same has happened with these 4 chief ministers also. But now that they are here, they will try and establish their presence, so they will go to LG's house despite the fact that they've been denied a permission. You see this entire incident taking a political turn with all of these opposition parties uniting together against the BJP, and Raghav Chadha also very clearly said that this is all being done on the PM's directions. He's the one who's ensuring that these CMs do not get a chance to meet Kejriwal. Also, he said that a chief minister, according to protocol, holds a higher, is superior to the governor. But despite that, also all of these people are being denied a permission. So it is going to be quite dramatic here when the CMs arrive, and after that, actually watch 4 chief ministers walk to a governor's residence to meet another chief minister is something unprecedented. And even the strike going on in its 6th day today itself has been historic. IS officers on strike, a chief minister on strike, along with 3 other ministers, 2 of them on hunger strike. All of this is something that we've not witnessed in the past. So today, once the chief ministers arrive here, what happens after that is something that is being looked at with a lot of, political expectations as well, Gargi.
All right, Sukirti, thanks so much for joining us with all those developments, and we'll continue to return to you for more on that story and track this development as we're seeing this unprecedented situation in Delhi. Well, it's all rather unprecedented. Today on Left, Right and Centre, we're focusing on this situation in the national capital. For the last 6 days, we've had our Chief Minister, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, on something of a strike. He's been parked in a waiting room at the Lieutenant Governor's residence along with 3 other cabinet colleagues, 2 of whom are on a hunger strike. And now you have this situation when 4 chief ministers may try and meet Arvind Kejriwal in the LG's residence, even though they have been denied permission. So is this latest dharna of Arvind Kejriwal's and the AAP government's a masterstroke or blunder? That is what we're going to be discussing today. At the same time, we'll update you on what is happening with the chief ministers. Now, before we get to our discussion, an NDTV exclusive. Now, NDTV had sent some questions to the Delhi chief minister. He sent back his replies through a video. The first question that we sent him: the IS officers have clarified that they're not on strike, but you are insisting that they are. How will this problem be solved?
IS अफसर कैसे कह सकते हैं कि वो हड़ताल पे नहीं है? आप कल का ही ले लो। कल पूरे दिल्ली में प्रदूषण फैला हुआ है। कल हमारे एनवायरनमेंट मिनिस्टर ने, इमरान खान हुसैन जी ने, शाम को 5 बजे इसके ऊपर मीटिंग बुलाई। एनवायरनमेंट सेक्रेटरी को बुलाया और DPCC के पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड के सेक्रेटरी को बुलाया। दोनों मीटिंग में नहीं आए। कल शाम की बात है, और कहते हैं हम हड़ताल पे नहीं हैं। और हड़ताल क्या होती है? मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से पूछना चाहता हूँ, प्रधानमंत्री जी, अगर आप मीटिंग बुलाओ अपने फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी की, रेलवे सेक्रेटरी की, टेलीकॉम सेक्रेटरी की, रेवेन्यू सेक्रेटरी की, और वो मीटिंग में ना आएँ और रोज़ अपने दफ्तर आएँ, फाइलें क्लियर करते रहें। मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से पूछे, एक दिन चला सकते हो आप इस देश को? एक दिन अगर अफसर आपके फ़ोन उठाने बंद कर दें और अगर आपकी मीटिंग में आना बंद कर दें, नहीं चला सकते। फिर कैसे कह सकते हो कि वो कह रहे जी हम हड़ताल पे नहीं, हम तो दफ्तर आ रहे हैं। अरे दफ्तर तो आ रहे हो, काम तो नहीं कर रहे।
Now, the second question we asked, how long will you sit on this dharna like this while people of Delhi are facing several problems of power, water, pollution and sanitation?
बिल्कुल सही बोल रहा हो, ये सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। उन प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करवाने के लिए ही तो हम यहाँ पे बैठे हैं। अब आप बताओ, आप मेरे पास आओ और आप कहो जी मेरे इलाके में पावर कट लग गया, बिजली चली गई, मैं क्या करूँगा? मैं पावर सेक्रेटरी को ही तो फ़ोन करके बोलूँगा भाई देखो ज़रा इनकी बिजली ठीक कराओ। अब पावर सेक्रेटरी मेरे फ़ोन उठाने बंद कर दे, मैं कैसे काम करूँगा? अगर मुझे कहीं पे ट्रांसफार्मर लगवाने हैं, कहीं पे पानी का यूजीआर बनवाना है, कहीं पे पानी की पाइपलाइन बनवानी है, मैं अफसरों की मीटिंग तो बुलाऊंगा। मीटिंग के अंदर ही तो चर्चा होती है, प्लानिंग बनती है। अफसर मीटिंग में आना बंद कर दे तो कैसे सरकार चलेगी? तो जो ये आप लोग टीवी वाले बार बार चला रहे हो कि सरकार वो यहाँ पे धरने पे बैठी है और सरकार बंद हो गई, सरकार इन्होंने हड़ताल करके बंद कर दी। मैं सरकार चलवाने के लिए यहाँ पे आया हूँ, सरकार बंद करने के लिए नहीं आया। यहाँ से हड़ताल खत्म होगी तो सरकार दोबारा चलनी चालू होगी।
And we also asked whether he'd heard anything from the centre or the LG about breaking the fast of two of the ministers.
नहीं, वहाँ से कोई संदेश नहीं आया, ना एलजी साहब ने हमें बात करने के लिए टाइम दिया। पिछले 2 दिन से 3 दिन से लगातार हम लोग लिख के, ट्वीट करके, व्हाट्सएप करके एलजी साहब को मैसेजेस कर रहे हैं कि हमें मिलना है, आपसे हमें मिलना है। वो मिलने का टाइम नहीं दे रहे। ना प्रधानमंत्री यहाँ से कोई मिलने का टाइम आया है। वो मिलने का टाइम क्यों नहीं दे रहे, ये समझना पड़ेगा। क्योंकि उनके पास कहने को कुछ नहीं है। हम क्या मांग रहे हैं? आए अफसरों की हड़ताल ख़त्म करो। वो क्या कहें उनको जवाब में कि नहीं कराते? वो ये नहीं कहते हैं, कहते हैं और टाइम चाहिए, और टाइम। अब हम बैठ गए, हमने कहा जी अच्छा ठीक है बैठे हम यहाँ पे। तो उनके पास कहने को कुछ भी नहीं है। इतनी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड, सिंपल, सीधी सादी डिमांड है जिसका कोई विरोध नहीं कर सकता। इसका मतलब स्ट्राइक लोगों ने करा रखी है। पीएम के इशारे पे एलजी साहब ने दिल्ली का काम ठप करने के लिए स्ट्राइक कराई है।
All right, so let's go across to our guests now. We're being joined by Ajay Dua, former IS officer and former Secretary Ministry of Industry and Commerce, Vineet Goenka, Center for Knowledge Sovereignty, and also someone who supports the BJP, Raghav Chadha, spokesperson of AAP, and we'll get you in just a moment. Also, Hari Shankar Gupta, spokesperson of the Delhi Congress. Now, Raghav, the AAP and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal getting a lot of support from other chief ministers, but do you think that this dharna is getting support of Delhiites?
Oh, absolutely. There is tremendous support from the people of Delhi that this particular protest and this particular cause that the Chief Minister is fighting for is receiving. I think he's fighting for the rights of the people. He could have easily spent nights and days in his house with his family, but he chose to confine himself in a 10 by 10 room in order to fight for the rights of the people of Delhi. He's doing a satyagraha for them, and I think he is getting support from people of Delhi, from people of different parts of the country, including democratically elected chief ministers of various states who represent the will of the people of those states. As we know now that 4 chief ministers are on their way. Any minute they will be arriving at the Delhi chief minister's residence where I am right now. I'll probably have to go receive them, so I won't be able to stay with you for a bit long. But as far as this entire episode is concerned, I think it only reflects the Prime Minister's insecurity that he has denied 4 democratically elected chief ministers of 4 different states to meet their counterpart, that is the Delhi Chief Minister. And I must also point out that as far as the constitutional protocol is concerned, democratically elected chief ministers of full states are above the Lieutenant Governor. But the Lieutenant Governor, in complete disregard for the federal structure, complete disregard for the constitutional protocol.
Mr. Kejriwal's wife was also denied permission to meet him. Why are you blaming this and saying that this is at the behest or at the directions of the Prime Minister's office?
Well, over the last 3 years, we have seen that systematically the governance system of Delhi has been paralyzed. the governance system in Delhi has been paralyzed
one minute.
by
Mr.
no
Chadda,
less
is
than
it
the
Mr. Prime Minister has denied them the
office.
permission?
Files are
Raghav,
being stalled. The LG who is
I
the
think
appointee. May I just finish? Why is he verbal heckling me? He'll get his opportunity to respond.
No, I'm
right?
asking. You said
I
the
hope
Prime
you'll
Minister
go to
denied
him.
it. I'm
Why
not
is he verbal
heckling. I'm
heckling?
just asking a question.
Okay,
You
let
said
him
some
answer
Finish my
it.
point and then you can ask me as many questions as you wish to. You see, please understand that ever since we have assumed office, the BJP has been unable to digest the defeat, the crushing defeat that was handed out to them by the people of Delhi, where we got 95% of the seats of the house, and from 3 short of majority, BJP was reduced to 3 seats in the house, and therefore they haven't been able to digest that till date. And therefore they have tried every trick in the book, whether it's unleashing agencies, whether it's installing governance in Delhi, bureaucratic non-cooperation, naked insubordination, unleashing agencies on us. Every single trick has been tried to stall governance, and I still in the same breath do challenge the Bharatiya Janata Party representatives to point out if full states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttarakhand, Maharashtra, which are under their administration, have delivered as much as Delhi has. I challenge them, despite
Raghav,
the
you can't
obstacles the
keep
Delhi
blaming
Chief
the
Minister
Prime
has
Minister
delivered,
for
and
everything.
that is what proves.
Or the Prime Minister's office, you're saying the IS strike is also because of the Prime Minister, at the behest of the Prime Minister. LG has denied permission also at the behest of the Prime Minister or Prime Minister's office.
Well, every rational person who has analyzed and assessed the strike of the bureaucrats in Delhi has come to only one conclusion, that this strike is aided and abetted by the appointee of the Prime Minister, that is the Lieutenant Governor. It is aided and abetting. He is the services head. The Chief Minister of Delhi has gone to him, begged before him, pleaded before him, directed him, persuaded him, instructed him and asked him to please resolve this bureaucratic mess and ask these bureaucrats to return to work. But the head of the services department plain simple refuses to do that. Now please imagine a situation, and you must ask this question to the BJP. If tomorrow senior bureaucrats of the government of India like Mr. Nipinder Mishra, Mr. PK Mishra, Mr. Ajit Doval, Mr. Rajiv Gauba, Mr. Hasmukh Adya, if all these senior bureaucrats stop attending meetings called by the Prime Minister and senior members of the Union Cabinet, will the government of India be able to function? Of course not. So therefore you need bureaucratic cooperation. You need a permanent executive to help the political executive to deliver. But unfortunately,
you continue to blame the Prime Minister's office. Before you go and greet those 4 chief ministers who are coming to Mr. Kejriwal's residence, how do you think this is all going to end? How are we going to get out of this deadlock that we're seeing in Delhi?
I unfortunately have to leave. I unfortunately have to leave. They have arrived. I am so sorry. I'll join you in a bit.
All right, the 4 chief ministers have arrived there at Mr. Kejriwal's residence, and we might see this unprecedented situation of them actually walking across to the LG's house, even though they've been denied permission to meet Mr. Kejriwal there. But yes, of course, I saw you had a lot of points to raise, and Raghav Chadda had to go. That's why we had to continue asking him there. But tell me, Vineet Goenka, the AAP is continuing to blame the Prime Minister's office and continuing to say that they're putting obstacles in their path of good governance, and that is really what has led to this frustrating situation for them, that they had no choice but to go on this dharna. And they claim they have the support of the people.
I'm going to speak one line which I wanted to speak in front of the AAP representative, and this is, I'll beg pardon of all the audience who is here right now, because this is what I'm going to speak is not what the stature which I hold, or generally shouldn't be spoken. But generally there are one animal called as frog, which starts making one noise, and people in the early arrangement, there was no metallurgical department, is to understand that there are rains which are going to come. So when Kejriwal starts doing dharna and starts wearing muffler, people know there is elections which are going to come. He did the same drama baji earlier, and now he's doing the same thing. Do you tell me, any sensible chief minister, any sensible minister, will he have a loggerhead with his counterparts, or will he have a loggerheads with his staff or his secretaries? I don't see this. This is the first time in my matured life or in the known history of India where a chief minister has this kind of relationship with his bureaucrats. He has problem with LG, he has problems with bureaucrats, he has problem with the Prime Minister.
But a lot of
he has problem with everybody. Then who is with him except the 60 people? He has problem. He has also problem with his own party men. Where is Kumaraswamy right now? If you see,
we're not discussing their internal politics. There we can see visuals of those chief ministers actually arriving at the residence of Mr. Kejriwal.
He's made a mockery of this position called a chief minister. I'm very sorry. He has brought this office so down that I don't
All
even
right,
have words
I'd like to
describe
go
it.
to Mr. Harishankar Gupta now. The Congress has not supported AAP in this, of course, and in fact, they've spoken out against them. But now with them getting support
you see
from
our
four chief ministers in this manner, do you think the
whatever
Congress
it
has
is,
been a bit myopic and caught up in your local Delhi politics rather than seeing the big picture?
Whatever it is, you see, our situation is very clear. Delhi is facing a lot of other problems, major problems. The water is the biggest crisis today in Delhi. He is sitting dharna. What DJP is to take with the statehood? What DJP is to take with the statehood? Everybody is suffering from the water shortage, and he is sitting on dharna. This is the election year. This is the election year. Again, he is doing the same thing. This is the election year. Again, he is doing the same
Of course,
thing.
now we don't have Raghav here to take that on about the dharna politics, but Mr.
So it
Dua
is
about.
Lokpal, it
But
is
let me get
water,
Mr.
I'm
Dua
sorry.
here
Please,
about the
Mr.
IS
Dua, please, I'm
officers
sorry.
and very valid points Mr. Kejriwal has raised about them
I
boycotting
think-
meetings
yeah.
and not helping with the schemes, and it's holding them back from governance, and that is what has led to this situation. And he wants the LG to come in and help, which he clearly is not doing.
I think it's a case of there was recently a movie released called Half a Girlfriend. It's something like that. That the IS officers are on strike and yet not on strike. They are saying we do everything other than attend to the calls of our ministers or of the chief minister or attend meetings in their room. And the reason I don't have to repeat it is their fear of safety. Whether it is a genuine fear or otherwise probably has yet to be established in a court of law. But the fact of the matter is...
Because of what happened with the chief secretary.
But one thing is very clear, that no officer feels comfortable attending meetings of a political master if he or she is abused, not treated like an officer, so respect. There can be difference of opinion. Political executive is senior, they can pass an order. That's
But
absolutely...
efforts have been made to,
No, this is
resolve this issue, yet the IS officers remain on...
I don't think...
I mean, they're continuing to demand that the chief minister and deputy chief minister apologize. Perhaps not an apology.
No, I don't think so. No, can I just please go back? I think the chief minister also here is not a chief minister of a full state. The executive powers vest in the lieutenant governor, even for the subjects which have been given to the chief minister. As such, there are reserved subjects which have to go to the central government. There are a few subjects. All that is well known. All that I'm trying to say is the chief minister, in order to be effective, had to give up being a political activist. He has behaved during the last 4 years as an activist. Everything is dharna, everything is public appeal.
Well, after a very long time, we are seeing a dharna and this sort of protest by the AAP government and by Arvind Kejriwal. But I'd like to...
No, I'll just finish.
Right.
You're absolutely right. But at the same time, the lieutenant governor, as the head of the state, the half a state or full state, whatever we call it, certainly has a duty to make a sincere attempt to get the bureaucracy and the political executive for what has been delegated to them.
And we're not seeing that so far.
Yes,
we have 2 ministers on hunger strike and yet no efforts are being made.
Hunger strike, etc. I'm not. This question is the executive in Delhi, bureaucracy is not working. The lieutenant governor has not only a moral, a legal responsibility
to end this deadlock that we're seeing.
Absolutely.
And who will
there should have been much more.
Become too antagonistic and too much of who will blink first. It's 6 days that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has been parked in that waiting room at the LG's residence.
There is no
but now I'd like to focus on what we're seeing right now. 4 chief ministers coming to Mr. Kejriwal's residence and meeting with his family, and perhaps we're going to see them walking across to the LG's residence even though they don't have permission. So, Vineet, don't you think it's now become larger than just this Delhi issue, this Arvind Kejriwal versus the BJP? Now you have 4 non-BJP chief ministers actually showing their support, their solidarity with Mr. Kejriwal, and this of course is going to make people sit up and take notice of this issue. It doesn't remain a Delhi issue, it becomes much larger now.
I think Mr. Kejriwal has to answer the people of Delhi. When Delhi is facing acute water shortage, there is electricity problem, there is air pollution which is going on. If you see the fire hazard in Hauj Khas, these are all the issues which he should have addressed. Now, while he is not doing that, he is sitting on dharna. And why? Because Anshu Prakash, one of the bureaucrats, I think probably he was not yes,
The chief secretary.
yeah, he was handled. So does a political party handle people like this? If there are difference of opinion, you can discuss it. If a chief minister says he cannot go along with all the bureaucrats, say you may have difference with one individual, but you cannot have difference with all the entire bureaucracy. That means there is some problem with him. Rather than going and doing dharna, he should have apologized. He should have said कि हो गया हमसे गलती, हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. So he's not.
But now it's gone
Now
beyond that.
Now,
He's got the support of four chief ministers who say that he's not being allowed to function, which is the main point that he's making. The IS officers remain on strike. He claims it's at the behest of the Prime Minister's office.
Does he want to say that the entire IS lobby is a subset of Bharatiya Janata Party? Does he imply that?
No, I don't think.
I don't think so. If he's trying to,
Mr. Goenka, he's not making that point. Now the question is, the administration has to run.
Correct.
If there is an impasse between the political executive and the bureaucracy, the first role of the of the lieutenant governor was to intervene and
end
resolve
this impasse and not let it get to 6 days. 6
but
days
what
that
has
we have
happened
this
is
situation.
it's become a little difficult because Mr. Kejriwal has a habit of accusing everybody. He's accused the lieutenant governor also being a partisan person.
All lieutenant governors. All lieutenant governors.
Two lieutenant governors.
Because he claims that they work at the behest of the central government and not allow his government to work. That is the allegation.
The court has already cleared it.
And you
The
had
AG is the head of
Puducherry
the
Chief
government.
Minister Mr. Narayanaswamy sort of sympathizing with the situation, saying
Narayanaswamy
that
has
even
not gone to
that
Dharna.
the lieutenant governors aren't allowing the elected chief ministers to actually work in their state, in Puducherry or in Delhi.
So the question
That is a
was,
political
now the
move.
Home
You see,
Minister-
that is a political move. That is a
Well,
political
he's
move.
a Congress chief minister who's sympathizing with Arvind Kejriwal's stand.
That is a political move. Kejriwal wants the full statehood in Delhi because
As did previous governments as well and parties as well.
yeah, that is true.
see,
Yes, so it's not something new that he's asking. But Mr. Gupta, look at these visuals we're seeing. 4 chief ministers, they're meeting with Arvind Kejriwal's wife and possibly going to meet him, as we keep saying. And so really taking this now beyond Delhi
Yes, see,
into
this is-
the
that is
third,
See,
this
this-
third
this
front
is
that
the-
we
this
keep
is-
talking
this is the-
about
this is the
ahead
political
of the
support.
2019 election.
This is the political support he is getting. But
And
I
the
tell you
Congress is nowhere.
I tell you,
We're seeing Mamata Banerjee
Congress is not
spearheading
with
this
him
meeting.
on this issue. Congress is
It's
not with him
gone
on this
beyond
issue.
this issue. It's gone beyond this issue. It's become a non-BJP chief ministers
us
versus
see-
the centre
let
versus
us
the
see in coming
BJP
days.
and the Congress taking it the stand that it did
Let
and
us see in
criticizing
coming
the
days
Aap.
what the Congress stand should be. Let us see in coming days.
So are you
But
saying
I'm
it
telling
could
you,
change? The
I'm
Congress
telling you
stand
here,
could change?
I'm telling you, today the support of Delhi people with Kejriwal is just nothing.
You
As
have
it
one of
used
your
to be.
alliance partners,
As used to
Kumaraswamy,
be.
sitting there in that
And you- and
meeting
it
as
used
well
to be.
and showing
From
his
Delhi people.
support.
I think can
Delhi
we
people
just
is very
move on
disturbed.
to-
Delhi people are very disturbed.
But I'm saying it's gone beyond Delhi. That is the
can I,
point with these chief ministers.
I'll
Yes.
tell you. See, let us see what is Kejriwal's history. With Anna Hazare, then not with Anna Hazare. Blames Nitin Gadkari, Jaitley ji.
We
and
don't have
others.
to go into
I'll
the
just tell you.
history
You'll
of
have to
the Aam
understand.
Aadmi
Allow me
Party.
allow me
Sure.
to make
I
my
think
point. Allow me to
it's
make my
political issue
point.
with
Sir,
Kejriwal.
I'll just make this point, sir. I was hearing everybody. Even whatever rubbish the earlier Aap representative said. So he blames Nitin Gadkari, he blames Jaitley, then he turns around. His own party men are unhappy. His own attendance in assembly is less than 10%. He talked about water and all these kind of things. That is, he talks about austerity. See the bungalow which he is enjoying. See the facilities which he is enjoying more than any other chief ministers. And now the question of these poor chief ministers are coming in, giving him support.
It's
Then you have to
embarrassing for
understand.
the central
No, it is not
government.
embarrassing.
It's going to
Understand.
We have already-
Allow me
it's
to
gone
speak.
beyond
Congress
the
party has
Delhi
we have already denied any kind of allegiance with Kejriwal in Delhi. This is the biggest problem with Kejriwal.
But what about 2019? What about if Kejriwal is a part of this third front? Mamata
No, he is
Banerjee
not going to be.
spearheading?
He is not going to be.
Anyway, I don't
Congress
think-
has made its position very clear. Congress has made its position very clear. He used to abuse us. He used to.
Well, anything could happen
defame us.
in
I
politics.
was
Politics
about to say.
2019 is a long
No,
way
no,
off.
no,
Anything
no,
could
we
happen.
have made it clear
what
to
I just want to say is that going forward is what we need to be worried about. That
Yes, instead
this
of
is
looking at the past, I think
this
going
is
forward is-
This is certainly political. Today, the support which Mr. Kejriwal has got from the 4 chief ministers who are here for another meeting tomorrow, as you pointed out, is
Beneath
very
the
significant.
yes.
So the question of legality, righteousness probably is now getting shrouded in a larger.
No,
political-
we'll have to
Right,
make
it's gone
if they
beyond
have
the
private.
issues
No,
of
I tell you,
Delhi. It
it
has
is a
become
it's a marriage of convenience. I tell you,
non-BJP
had they come
politics
deliberately for
coming
this particular
together.
purpose, then
Politics
see, had,
is of
allow me to
convenience.
speak, sir. Now I've been listening
No,
to
we're
everybody.
really now out of time. I'm so sorry. And we also
Okay.
don't have Raghav
No,
Chadda with
I
us
was just
anymore. He
going to
didn't
say
come
one
back.
thing.
He's there meeting those chief
No, I was
ministers.
just going to say one thing. The only way out right now is for the Home Minister or the Prime Minister to call the Lieutenant Governor. One second, sir. Please let me finish. And through the Lieutenant Governor, convey the message to the bureaucracy. If they mean to have business in
we'll have to see what happens going forward.
If you want to make efforts
what's going to happen is,
if you want to make efforts to clear this impasse, Kejriwal must apologize to the officers. What is the problem?
All right, well, I think right now it's gone beyond that, and we'll have to wait and see what really...
of the government in Delhi.
But this situation is unprecedented, and it's really unwarranted that we have the situation of the Chief Minister for 6 days and no efforts, as Mr. Dua keeps saying, being made by the LG to really find a way out of this entire impasse.
It is going to be projected as a breakdown of administrative machinery.
It has already been.
No, please, 1 second. The Constitution allows for supersession, taking over of the rule by the
government should take over.
All right, I'm sorry, we're completely out of time. Again, we don't have an representative here, but we will continue to track these developments. So what we're seeing, 4 chief ministers at Arvind Kejriwal's residence, possibly going to walk across to the LG's house to meet with the Delhi chief minister, even though they don't have permission. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.